Hello and welcome back to the top 100 maps of all time with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very, very welcome. So, we have reached the top 3, which means it's got a very good chance of being your favourite map of all time. There aren't that many left in the list, and this one, I think, was definitely noticeable by its absence so far. It's a stunning map, it's 100% vanilla, so if you're looking for a vanilla map, a stunning vanilla map, then you could make a good choice and play on this one. You really could. One point of note, the original map had snow-capped mountains. This is the 2023 updated version of the map. And yeah, it's just one that I think we should just get rolling in with. At number 3, as voted by you with a 97% approval rating, missing out on second place on countback only, and missing out on the top spot by 0.25%. That close to being the greatest map of all time. It's Valhalla by Bringer of Fire. Now this is what I'm going to describe. It's a fantasy map because it is a custom created map. It's not based on any specific location, but is inspired by the Norwegian landscape, which is fantastical in itself. I mean, Norway is a real place, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure it exists, right? But it's like with certain landscapes in, let's say, New Zealand, which of course is very famously used for a series of films that I'm not even going to mention and bore you with that. But yes, it's just a landscape that is stunning and is perfect for a fantasy build, but also perfect if you just want a really dramatic backdrop map. And that's what I think this is all about. It's a realistic map set in an almost fantastical location. Right, it's 100% vanilla, told you that, no DLC required. Uses the Valhalla theme, which was created by Random 5 specifically for the map, and it's a really good theme, okay? Let's just get that out there, really good theme. It was uploaded to the workshop in January of 2020, so kind of just a little bit before the lockdowns happened, which I think may a little bit, I'm not saying it's the only reason why this map has as many subscribers as it does, but when it's fresh, it's new, it's the quality that you see down below, and it's suddenly available when everybody's sat at home doing nothing, it would have attracted a few new subscribers, I feel. And that number is 36,600. Just a small number of subscribers. Well done, Bringer. Quality and well timed, beautiful. Of those 36,600, 1,964 have marked it as a favourite. It has a 5-star rating on Steam from 956 voters, and I reviewed this back in episode 842 of What's Map, where I gave it a 4 stars for aesthetics. I'll explain why in a moment. A 5 stars for detail and a 5 stars for gameplay potential. So let's just get that out of the way. Oh, hang on. Also, very important note. If you want to know more details on why, read the workshop description. Link to the workshop is, of course, in the video description here. 17 puppies have, to this date, died in Valhalla. I'll leave it at that. If you want to know more, go and check out the workshop. Okay, bring a wicked sense of humour. Love it, my friend. Anyways, where were we? So, yes, 4 stars for aesthetics on what is, one would argue, very clearly a 5 stars for aesthetics map. And the only real reason is there's a map that hasn't appeared in the top 100 so far. Maybe it will in the top 2. Maybe it won't. You won't have long to wait to find out. But I reviewed, that map came out prior to this one. And I thought it was more iconic. I thought it was more visually memorable. Honestly, when I loaded this map up in the last few minutes, I remembered it was being mountainous, but I really didn't remember that much more about it. Whereas the other map is iconic. It sticks. It is in my brain. And so that's the only reason why this one didn't get a 5th star, is it wasn't as iconic as the previous map. If they had been released in the opposite order, I'm absolutely certain I would have given this one 5 stars and then given the other one 5 stars and gone, how much further can you push the envelope? It really was just a question of the order they came out. Anyways, I suppose I've done enough waffling. Let's crack on and have a look. Now, the start square is around this area here. Have a little look-see there. So I think if we come down here and have a little look at that, some may argue, in terms of gameplay potential, there's a little bit too much space lost to the intersection. Looking back in retrospect, I think I might have been able to, if I needed to be an absolute whatever, I could have lost a star based on the amount of space that was lost in the start square. But listen, it's not a big issue, is it? We're going to start down here. And we're going to drive all the way over here. It's not that you can't. Let's start doing the drive-through. Let's start doing the drive-through. I'm not going to waffle any longer about that. Have I started the simulation? I don't know if I have. Hang on. Let's have a little look. I've just started the simulation. I've just hit the space bar. I wonder if anything's going to spawn down this road. It may do. It may not. Well, let's not worry. Let's not worry. So, yes. It's, first of all, look at the mountains. Look at the theme is absolutely gorgeous. We're back to the floating rocks. This is so weird to me, right? I'll pull that back so it pops back in. This is so weird to me. There was, I don't remember which map it was, a couple of days ago, where this did not occur. What I'm suspecting, and it's a suspicion, I think it's a fair suspicion, but I couldn't tell you beyond this. I reckon that the majority of maps have been made by creators using a specific mod. Which mod? I'm unsure. The map where the rocks and the stones weren't floating during the review, I reckon that the map creator didn't have that mod. Just go past everybody's favourite factory. I'm sure we'll come back and have a look at this later, because we're doing the flyby down to the start square at the moment. So I think it is down to creators using a mod. Nothing wrong with using a popular mod, and it just can, like I say, can have these sort of mild effects. Any mod that you have can break the game retrospectively, not just for you. What's going on down here? Oh, we've got some grasses. That's nice. Very nice. Yeah, can retrospectively break a map in the future, which say mild floating of rocks and logs isn't anything that I would ever get into a serious sweat about. At the end of the day, I could switch out whatever mod and find a different mod that's working fine, and at the end of the day, if you're really that worried about it and you can't fix it, it's detailing that you can remove, vanilla detailing that you can remove with the bulldozer, and then replace it with whatever you want. And that's always the case with these. If this mountain directly in front of you is not to your taste, you can flatten it. I don't feel as a city builder you should work with the map that's been given to you. This is a map maker's channel effectively anyway. So nice perfect little bridges. I mean, what to tell you in terms of bridges, we've even got some custom pillars holding up the bridges there as well. Nice little addition. But yeah, I'm all for being creative with a map and a city while you're doing the city build. I personally wouldn't demolish an entire mountain, but that's not to stop you from doing it. If there's ever anything in the map that you don't like, the map maker is not gonna mind if you fix it. And when I say fix it, make it work for you. Okay, fix it for you. It might be perfect for everybody else. So maybe you're breaking the map. It's not an issue. Map makers don't mind. We're an easygoing bunch, generally, usually. There's 1 or 2 exceptions. Anyway, down to the beautiful. This intersection is beautiful, by the way. If you look at the way we have main routes heading up this way, a route coming down from this way, a route going down from that way. We have a double spindly intersection, one just down here, one over there. So it's going to be just an interesting layout. This one's specifically nice because it does give access over here, although it's not I don't think this is start square over here, is it? This is just outside of the start square. Maybe if you're playing this map, I'm thinking residential and commercial up in this area, and start with a bit of industry along here. Again, Bringer is a great builder of maps, and they almost certainly thought of this when they brought this roundabout down this way, to put in industry over here to get you started on industry, maybe with a view to pushing more industry down this way. And Did we have shipping on this map? I don't recall. Let me have a little look for shipping. We don't have any shipping. I was thinking maybe have a port, but we don't have shipping on the map. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's just a thought. But yeah, maybe this would be a large industrial area or something along those lines. But yes, the in terms of start square buildable space that come back out of here and back out of there, there we go. You've kind of got that, which is plenty of space. We've seen maps with way less room to build than this, and that works for me. It's just, like I say, there might be one or three of you who are going to grumble a little bit about this, but I say it's not actually flat land here. It's almost flat, so it's not exactly just eating up all the flat buildable space. And it's not a super tight compact intersection, but it's done so well. Why would you not be happy? Plus, I say, you do have this area over here within the start square to work with also. When you think of how a mind like Bringer of Fire would come up with a map like this, and they're looking at little things like this, the way that the roads just come back together over here, and then allow for a rail over road crossing over here through the cutting. Look at this as well. Look at the lot of pillars used along here. The detailing. Oh man. Yeah, quality. And then I can't get the camera down any lower, sadly, because I was saying I don't have my first person camera mod working anymore, and I'm not fighting. I've given up fighting. If it doesn't show in my attitude and the way that I'm shrugging my shoulders at everything these days, and yeah, floating rocks, I don't care anymore. That's pretty much how I'm feeling. This is a lovely looking intersection as well. Specifically, again, like that we are missing the one exit point here, but then where would it go anyway? Why put in an exit point when there's nowhere really for it to feed to? Whereas here, you can see the obvious stretch up that way. Here, you only got to demolish a couple of trees, gives you access for maybe a rail yard going on over there. Plenty of space over there to play with also. Got to come down and have a look at this. Now it's caught the corner of my eye. I don't remember any of this. I really don't remember any of this. Bringer of Fire has given us we saw one of these fairly recently, I think in What Map Live. Very, very similarly done mechanic. Only the difference is, if you remember watching that one on What Map Live and how it's been put together, and compare it with this, while the one on What Map Live was fine, I mean more than fine, it was very, very nice. This is A tier. It's exactly the same, but done to just to a higher level. And there's no no discredit to the person. It's sad I don't remember their name really, but there's no discredit to the person that did something very similar, because you can't comparing yourself with a Bringer or with a Sidai or with an Anapu or with a insert your outstanding creator's name here. I'll throw in Wathrudnir as well and so forth. Yeah, don't try and compare yourself. Do your own work, have your own fun. Just create and just enjoy yourself, and don't worry about what other people are doing. All right, just my word of advice. If you start worrying about other people, it gets to you. You get down, you get depressed, you get nervous, you get I'm not going to upload anything else, the world hates me. They don't. Great bridge there, industrial looking bridge. The world doesn't hate you or your work at all. You're just letting the world get to you. One or two people get to you. And as long as that's not me, that's just really lovely, isn't it? Extended tunnel entrance, exit there again. Using, this time, it was the trenches again. Was that the first time we ever saw the trenches used in that sense? I think it might be. Maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. I've seen so many tricks. So many... Start a map water flow. You saw me, well, you probably heard me start the spacebar. We do have the ripples coming out from the dam, from the starter map water. That is standard. This is temporary flooding heading up into the bay. Nothing unusual to happen there. I forgot to start the simulation when I loaded up the map, and so we haven't had a chance for it to settle down yet. Speaking of dams and stuff, we guess Bringer of Fire, they're more than just the person that makes their custom dams, but they are the person that makes the best custom dams. So it's one of those things that they're more than just that. It's kind of like taking, I don't know, who's the most beautiful woman in the world at the moment? Probably that Cardassian stick insect, whatever her name is. But yeah, let's take someone like her. She's more than just a beautiful woman. I'm sure. Oh, blimey, yes. We do have the floating rocks. Nothing I can do about this, I'm afraid. But you imagine that detailing there would be down at ground level, and you just get this rocky inlet right there. That's what would be happening there. But yes, she's more than just a beautiful, beautiful woman. She's probably got an apps, and again, I've never met her, and I've not seen any of the Cardassians to be able to support this statement anyway, but I'm sure she's a charming and lovely woman as well. Maybe generous, maybe charitable, maybe very funny, maybe she has a diploma in something. I literally know nothing about the woman. I've seen pictures of her, and she's gorgeous, all right? And Bringer of Fire is very much like the Cardassians. They're more than just the person that makes maps. They are absolutely gorgeous as well. Specifically, their map making skills. So yeah, so dams, maps, whatever. This highway couldn't decide which way, or these two roads couldn't decide which was the best way to go around this. So they went both ways. Oh, why not? Why not? Just let your hair down and be frivolous. Be frivolous. Bringer of Fire is the Cardassians of the map-making world. I can't believe my mouth just came out with that. I could have said Jennifer Aniston, couldn't I? I was trying to think of a beautiful woman. It just like nothing was coming out of my head. I can't think of a beautiful woman. Oh man, it's been a long time, my friends. A long time since I was on the lookout for beautiful women. Sad. Oh gosh, am I getting old or what? Yeah, look at the theme on the transition theme between the lowland and the mountains. It's just a beautiful transition. Great rocky texture as well. There is a word in the description about this rocky texture, about the theme, and how Bringer went back to random 5, 6 or 7 times over, and more than that. Could you tweak this? Could you tweak that? I can just see Random. Random's a really lovely bloke, alright? A really, really lovely bloke. But at what point do you go, is this guy going to be happy with my perfect work already? Listen, it's only perfect when we say it's perfect, alright? Then over here, fields, again, Bringer of Fire, field painting. A little bit different here, a little bit interesting, in that we have these wooded areas lined. Just a little bit of line, a little bit of framing around the outsides. Again, it's not true realism, it's aesthetic realism. Very eye-catching indeed. We've got these red ones down here as well, which you never really see, but they've been used to excellent effect also, just to give a real different vibe on one of the fields there. I did say something about going back to everybody's favourite factory. This is about standard and everybody's favourite factory you will see. But it's elevated a little bit. By the way, it's got the under highway dirt track and links it up with the farms. And it ties this in with the farms. If you didn't have this road going through underneath, it would go, well, why is that squeeze there? How do you get to it? Well, you get to it via the farm, or you get to the farm via the factory. Again, just look at how the transition between the green and the rocks and the sand there, that all works beautifully as well. The rivers look great. I mean, really, really good. Again, they're absolutely going to. There should be no doubt. There should be no doubt. And also, as you know with the rivers, if you watch enough of my channel, if you have a long bend on the river, you can actually get a little bit of a ripple running down the river. It's the way that the water from here will come to here, bounce to here, bounce to here, bounce to here, bounce to here, and it's sort of like multitudes up. We had Pariah not so long back, and that had exactly that problem. Here though, we seem to have managed to circumnavigate that and just about get it on point. Beautifully done again. And then we have a coast. We haven't even looked at the coast. If you want to have a coastal map which has a coast which is a little bit inaccessible, you've got one right here. Just about gettable there, isn't it? And if I remember rightly, so we got a little hidden. This is almost like a Bonbon Island in the mountains there. And there's also, if we head on up here, got a little cranny up here as well. A little bit of water there. A little bit of a connection out here. Looks like we've got the little hidden rail tunnel coming in from the side of the map there as well, which connects up probably here, I feel. Is that rail? No, that's that's mountain. There we go. It comes all the way over here, right the way into the heart of the map. There we go. And emerges over there, which was seen already. It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. And why would you not want to play this? And why would you not vote it as highly as you guys have? You absolutely love this one. I love it as well. I'm trying to find a better angle for this actually. Let's try it from this angle. Don't even think that's the best angle. How about slap bang middle? There we go. That's a better angle. Raise it up a little bit so we can see a bit more valley up there. Beautiful, beautiful map. Valhalla by Bringer of Fire. Your third best map of all time. I can't argue against you at all. It was always going to be way up in the top handful basically. 97% approval rating, quality through and through. And tomorrow we have another map with exactly 97%, winning only on countback. It was that close. So join me for that one. I think you're going to enjoy it. And then Friday, we of course have the greatest map of all time as voted by you. So if it's wrong, don't blame me. It was down to the voters. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and subscribing, and for joining me for another flyby the greatest maps that ever were. A big shout out to the BonBon Buddies on YouTube membership and Patreon for supporting the channel. You guys are the very, very best. I love you very, very much. And we'll be back again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.